Don't start looking at online websites, realtor.com and Zillow, and start looking at houses and say, oh wow, I love this house, I want to go in and buy it. Make sure you get your financing put in place. Guys, that's the most important thing, okay? So please make sure you get your financing set in place. Talk to a local lender, get an understanding of what you can qualify for, what you can afford, what the payments are, so that when you are looking for the right house, you're looking in the right price category. The last thing you want to do is fall in love with the house and then it turns up, guess what? You don't qualify, okay? And it can happen. It happens all the time. So make sure that when you're out there looking for houses, before you fall in love with the house, before you fall in love with the property, make sure you have your financing put in place. And if you're talking to a lender or two or three, if you're shopping lenders, make sure you do that before you go on the contract. The reason why is that once you have an offer accepted and you have an executed contract, the clock is ticking, okay? So that's not the time to start shopping lenders. If you're already on the contract and your closing date is 25, 30 days out, every day counts. You can't be just now shopping lenders and everybody start pulling your credit. And no, do that before and decide on the lender you want to work with before, okay? If you're talking to one lender, that's great. If your realtor has a lender that they recommend, that's great. Now you're talking to two lenders. Guys, don't talk to many people, okay? Don't shop lenders and talk to 5 different lenders and everybody's pulling. That's confusing, okay? Being a dad, I'll tell you this. If I walked in, so when you talk to your realtor, they should be able to give you 1 or 2 names, 1 or 2 lenders they work with. I get it. Compliance and legal, you got to say, hey, I have 5, 6 different lenders. But if they give you 5 or 6 lenders, as a parent, if I have 3 little boys. If we go into the store and I say, boys, you have 6 different toys to choose from, guess what? I'm never leaving the store. I'm never gonna leave the store. So your realtor, their job is to give you the right lender. So do your research, find somebody you're comfortable with on your own. That's your one lender. And then the realtor should give you a second or third, worst case third, okay? If you're talking to 2 lenders, you're fine. You're fine, guys. The industry has changed so much, you won't see that many differences, but you need to make sure you have a connection with the person you're working with. So it's not even the company that the loan officer, that the lender is with, okay? It's not the company, it's the person, it's the individual, okay? Because people move, they change companies, and then, you know, somebody has a bad experience with this individual, with this company, and then they say that that company sucks, okay? That's not true. So it's about the individual that you will be working with. Who will be the one collecting my documents, pulling my credit, breaking down the interest rates, communicating with me on the weeks going forward. This is a whole month, right? You guys become best friends with your lender. So make sure that that person, you have a connection with them and they understand your goals, your concerns, and your fears, and they're there to help you. They're there to back you up. Don't just go with the cheapest guy on the block, because in this industry, you get what you pay for. And that goes both for lenders and for realtors. If you want the best experience, best lender, best realtor, you get what you pay for. Keep that in your mind. So in a process that so many things can go wrong and so many hiccups, and you need to have the right team. So research, find the best lender, and I'll help you. I'll make a second video on that. Find the best realtor. Again, I'll make a video on that too. So research, and your team, the people that are in your corner is your lender and your realtor. Lender and realtor. And why is it in this order, you ask? Okay, because usually you find a house online, you're on Zillow, you're on realtor.com, you find a house, wow, I love it, I want to go see it. What happens, you ended up calling the listing agent. The listing agent is not there to represent you, the buyer. The listing agent is representing the sellers, the homeowners that are selling the house. So they say, hey, you want to put an offer? Cool, but where's your pre-approval letter? Where's your pre-qualification letter, right? So then you start, how do I do this? So again, before you get into that situation, you can do the planning early on. Make sure you get the financing in place. And one of the things that the realtor will ask you before anything is they're going to ask for a pre-qualification letter. They want to make sure that you've talked to the lender, they've taken your application, pulled your credit, verified the documents, and they give you a pre-qualification letter in a price range so you understand more or less what you qualify for. Don't ask for the max. It can change based on tax rates, and in the Houston area, you can have tax rates in 2.1% or 3.8. That's hundreds of dollars apart, right? So get an idea of what you're comfortable with on the sales price, on the monthly payment, and on the cash to close. Talk to the lender first, because the realtor won't show you any houses before you get a pre-qualification letter. And they shouldn't. Why would they be showing you houses in a 400 price range if you can only qualify for 300, right? Makes sense. So really do your research early on, upfront in the process. Make sure you talk to the lender that you choose so you can research them, find them online. Everybody is online. Make sure they have good reviews. Maybe they have a channel like this. Maybe they're providing some information. Do your research before. Don't just jump into this. This is one of the biggest investments we make in life. Be ready, okay? Take the time to educate yourself, because if you don't, it unfortunately may cost you a bunch of money down the road. So you can save a lot of money, and more importantly, you can save yourself a lot of stress, okay? When we're in the process of buying a house, and I say this because, you know, 2.5 years I bought my own house, and I've been in a business now for 8 years, so I know what I'm doing, right? But when I was in the process of getting my own house, it was a brain freeze. I'm like, is this right? Like, I do this for a living, and yet sometimes because emotions kick in, and I'm like, is this really right? You start questioning yourself, and you start like asking questions that you know the answers to. But I just realized that when the emotions kick in, it's very important to make sure that you have somebody there to answer your questions, who's got your back, and to explain this. And do that up front, so there's no surprises on the back end. And again, when the emotions kick in, we get emotional because we're only human, right? And that's why I wanted to bring this video, guys, to break it down for you, to connect with you, to show you that, you know, and to be here for you to answer any questions you have. So again, in the comment section, please leave a comment if you like this video, if you want to see more like this, or if you want me to talk about other subjects and other topics and other information you'd like. I'll make videos, okay? And it can be videos from me, it can be videos from my referral partners, from realtors and homeowners. And any questions you have in the home buying process, this channel is designed for you and you alone, to bring you value, to explain the process, to make it easy for you to understand, okay? Again, this channel is based only for you, and it's the whole process, home buying made easy. It's a no BS, common sense approach to the whole process. And what does all this information that's out there, what does that mean to me? How does this save money for me? And how can I make this process smoother, faster, and save money in the long run? So thank you again. I'll see you in the next video, and please make sure you make a comment, like, subscribe, and don't forget about the notification button, because this way when I upload a video, you can jump in and see the content and get some helpful tips with that information. So thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Guess what? I have a helper! Yeah! Yes! Helping me with the videos!
Yeah.